This is a 2025 Mazda CX-70 plug-in hybrid. Is this going to be the midsize SUV that I showcase on my 6,000-mile road trip coming up in September? Let's dive in. Roll the intro. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel where we're back here at Fred Bean's Mazda in Abington, Pennsylvania to check out this brand new 2025 Mazda CX-70 Premium Plus plug-in hybrid. Now, we're looking at taking a midsize SUV, showcasing one on the 6,000-mile road trip in September. Wasn't planning on looking at the CX-70 plug-in hybrid, and why? For couple reasons. Number one, it's the same vehicle as the CX-90, except you only get 2 rows instead of 3. So there's really no difference between the two. Secondly, it's a plug-in hybrid with the 4-cylinder engine, and I was going to really prefer a V6 on this trip, or some type of 6-cylinder engine, inline 6 V6. So I wasn't planning on looking at this, but the discounts on this car are so heavy because Mazda wants to move these off the lots before the government incentives end on September 30th. They're offering discounts of up to $15,000 off MSRP and really low lease rates with 0 down to get into one of these. So I'd be remiss if I didn't check it out. We're going to do a shorter video on this one because we've already seen this powertrain a couple months ago when we did the CX-90 plug-in hybrid. I'll put that video at the end of this one if you want to see more specifics. But for now, let's dig in. Front end of this CX-70 plug-in hybrid in the polymetal gray. Coming in closer, we have a full spread of LED lighting up front, including the turn signals. Gloss black on the upper part of the grille around the Mazda badge. Then we're going to go flat black on the lower part with functional side air curtains. As we come around to the wheel and tire package, same thing as on the CX-90. It's a 21-inch machined aluminum alloy wheel, Mazda badge on the center cap. These wheels are wrapped in Falcon all-season tires, 275 on the width, a 45 series sidewall 21s, all 4 corners, all-wheel drive, and that's electronically controlled all-wheel drive with dual motors, 1 electric motor up front, 1 electric motor in the back. Polymetal gray with the flat black around the wheel wells, and the door sills. Not in love with that on a top trim. As we come in closer, instead of seeing inline 6 like we saw in the CX-90 Turbo S Premium Plus review, we have PHEV call out. I guess so. Gloss black side view mirror caps, LED turn signals, 360-degree view cameras. Then we're going to go gloss black on the door handles. This is the right side is your plug-in hybrid charge port. We'll go over that in a minute or two. And then on the left side is the fuel filler door. Up top, color matched roof, gloss black on the roof rail, shark fin antenna, panoramic sunroof over the back, the roof spoiler coming off the top, the wiper down below on the glass, and then a full spread of LED lighting in the back. CX-70 all-wheel drive on the left, Skyactiv PHEV on the right, and the exhaust is tucked up underneath the rear of the vehicle. Under the hood of this CX-70 plug-in hybrid is Mazda's 2.5-liter inline 4-cylinder engine, mated to a 17.4 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery pack, 2 electric motors, and an 8-speed automatic transmission. 323 net horsepower, 369 net pound-feet of torque. On premium fuel, if you use regular unleaded, which you can, you'll get up to 319 horsepower. It can tow up to 3,500 pounds, and then your MPGs and combined driving around 56, which equates to about 25 miles per gallon, gas only in combined driving. We're at the right rear quarter panel. Here is the charge port. Now, one correction, the battery size is a 17.8 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery pack. That is in this CX-70 plug-in hybrid. On a full charge, you can get up to 26 miles of EV-only driving, but more importantly, it'll extend the range of your gas tank to up to 490 miles. And charge times for this plug-in battery pack, it'll charge at a level 1 or level 2 charger, no DC fast charge capability on the plug-in hybrid battery. and you're looking at about 2 hours on a level 2 charger at home to charge this battery up fully. All right, before we get into the quick interior review, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much? Well, you know what? Top trim action brings a top trim price. Base price, 25 Mazda CX-70 Premium Plus plug-in hybrid, $57,450. This vehicle's got a couple options on it, which we'll check out when we go through the window sticker. Once we add those in, and a destination and delivery charge of $1,455 from Mazda's Hofu, Japan assembly plant. Total vehicle MSRP from the factory, $59,580. And if anybody is interested, there is no import fee or tariff attached to this particular vehicle. So let's check out the interior. Starting with the driver door panel, black soft touch. We got the brushed aluminum and black and silver trim. Got the black trim here with gold or bronze cross stitch into the grab handle. Flat block on the switch gear with power fold side view mirrors in and out. As we come in closer, we do have a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator with power seat with lumbar for the driver and the front passenger. Black Napa leather, bolstering firm but forgiving on the bottom and on the side, and the headrest feels the same way. Front passenger door panel, same action as the driver, except you don't get the 2 memory seat settings you do on the driver's side. Up top, soft touch, the black leather with the bronze cross stitch into your heat and air vent. You get a good sized glove box. Then you get the 12.3-inch infotainment system, exact same thing that we had in that CX-90 we did the other day. Wireless CarPlay, Android Auto. Non-touch screen unless you have CarPlay or Android Auto up on the screen. Then you can use the touch screen. Head-up display, entertainment. You're going to have AM, FM, Sirius XM, Bluetooth, Amazon Alexa. Down further, this one has the built-in nav. And then we have our vehicle settings down below, where you can go ahead and set up that head-up display right here, just like we saw in the CX-90. And then if we go back out of here, we can go to sound settings, set up the speakers, vehicle settings. We can go in here. And from here, you can change your paddle shift logic, interior lighting, ambient lighting. You can just set up the intensity of it, not the color. Would have liked to seen something more than that in, because others have that in this segment. Turn signals, occupant comfort, rear seat alerts, that type of thing. Connectivity settings. It's going to be your Bluetooth, your phone, Wi-Fi hotspot, that sort of thing is going to be in here. Then you have your Amazon settings. System settings is going to be the clock, language, kilometers per hour, miles per hour, that sort of thing. So all that's in there. We go to reverse, and we have the 360-degree view camera, nice and clear with trajectory and a couple of views. So they have that set up for you. And then down further, 4-way hazards, push button start, dual climate, 3-stage heated seats, 3-stage ventilated seats for the driver and the front passenger with a heated steering wheel, wireless charging pad, 12-volt, drive modes, which we'll check out when we go through the dash, the gear shift to go through this 8-speed automatic. We have hill descent control, camera views, 2 cup holders, and our Mazda key fob, just like the 90. On the side, lock, unlock, pop the tailgate, panic button. Here is the electric brake auto vehicle hold. There's the dial I was using to go through the infotainment screen. That is your volume. Favorites is the star. I do like this trim instead of gloss black. And then we have the doors that open with a soft armrest, and we have a couple of USB-Cs and felt lined area for storage. Steering wheel, just like the 90, leather wrapped with the Mazda badge, round bottom wheel, no problem getting in and out of 511, flat black on the switch gear, telephone voice commands, info on the left, on the right, your adaptive cruise. We have paddles. We also have our headlight controls, turn signals, front and rear wiper. Again, on the bezel right here, brighten dim the dash. On the other one, trip odometer. Down here on the left, safety sweep. We have traction control off, parking sensors off, open your fuel filler door. There are the 2 memory seat settings. And we do have a manual tilting and telescoping wheel. And then we have this digital instrument cluster drive mode action. Let's check it out. Sport, normal, EV only, off-road. And that's what you got going on here. I think for today, we'll leave it in normal. And then you can go through additional information you may want to see when you're going down the road. And then as we move on up, we have our overhead console right here. There it is with your spot for your shades. If you want your lighting to come on and off when you open and close the door, then this button right here needs to be off with that orange light off. And then your lighting will come on, and when you close the door, the lighting will dim out. The panoramic roof, we've already showed you that on the 90. It's the same way here. We have our frameless rear view mirror with your home link, auto dim, no digital rear view mirror though. And then we do have LED lighting and a vanity. And does it slide? Yes, it does. Sitting in the back of the 70, I do like the way these doors open to almost 90 degrees, just like they do in the 90. It's an easy way to get in. The rear door panel is the same action with the shades. So I do like that. The seat's set for my driving position. In we go. No problem getting in. Over 6 foot before you have to duck. Plenty of room for my head, shoulders, and knees. Leather all the way down. Seat pocket behind the driver. Front passenger in the back. 2 heat and air vents. 2 USB-Cs. Rear climate with 3-stage heated seats for both outboard passengers, but at almost 60 grand, I think you need ventilated seats back here as well, like we saw in the 90. And then we have the same leather, Napa leather, perforation insert design, feels good. And then we do have our armrest, which is super soft, 2 cup holders, but overall, very comfortable here in the back. Getting in the cargo area, CX-70. It's a power lift gate, pop from the key fob, pop from the dash. You have a hands-free option, or you can come to the back and right above the license plate, there's a button, beeps a couple of times. Nice electric assist on the way up. Nice electric assist on the way down using this button. Again, just 2 rows, 39.6 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of CX-70. As we come to the back here, we do have more storage underneath here, just a little bit, but underneath this panel is where you got your spare tire. So thank you, Mazda, for the spare, even in a plug-in with the battery pack. And then we have a 12 volt and a home power source in the back, some railing, or excuse me, some tie downs, some cubbies. We have another home power source back here as well. Turn it on, that's 1500 watt. So they got some serious action. So they have a 150 watt, and then they have AC 1500 watt on or off. So that is quite nice. LED lighting. Here are the CX-70 carpeted mats. Here's your charge cable for the plug-in deal. So I do like that. Not everybody includes that. And then you can drop the mid-row from back here because there's no way to get to it from back here. I love the fact that they went ahead and let you drop it from the back. Oops. One thing I don't like is you got to make sure those seats are far enough forward because the headrests don't drop. Would have liked to see Mazda sharpen that up a little bit. But now with the back seats down, you got 75.3 cubic feet of cargo space back at CX-70. And for me, I won't even need the second row down. And I certainly don't need 3 rows for this road trip. So this is right up my alley. I just got to decide whether I want to plug it or not. Not one of my favorite powertrains, but we'll see how it drives. Window sticker time. Here we go. 25 Mazda CX-70, polymetal gray, black Napa leather. Here is the standard equipment, left and right. There are the options, the color, and the lug nuts. Premium Plus package at no charge. That's built into your base price. $59,580. Here are the MPG estimates. Government safety ratings, not fully completed yet. Made in Hofu, Japan, engine transmission, Japan. 90% of the vehicle made in Japan. The other 10%, we all know what that is. That's the 17.8 lithium-ion battery. That comes from China. But it comes from China for everybody. But this is the only vehicle that we're doing in this series that's fully made in Japan. Take her for a spin. All right, we're out on the road in this 25 CX-70 plug-in hybrid. And right off the bat, great visibility out of all the glass. Nice large side view mirrors, blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, pre-collision, as well as active emergency braking, rear automatic braking, head-up display with nice big letters, traffic sign recognition, as well as your blind spot monitors going off on the head-up display so you know where the problem is in each of the four corners of your vehicle as far as where there is another vehicle, which I do like, or somebody else like a cyclist or something like that. So I do like that. We have the larger screen with wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, and touchscreen when you have your CarPlay up, which is what I always do, and you have built-in nav. If you want to use that, you can, and if you use the built-in nav through the system, then it'll turn-by-turn directions will show up on the head-up display. If you use the navigation through your CarPlay or Android Auto, it's not going to show up on the head-up display. Dual climate, heated ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, should have ventilated back seats. We do have heated ones, but at 60 grand should have ventilated back seats, just like the 90 did that we saw the other day. Handles pretty well, right? Typical Mazda, right? You got really lighter steering because it's an SUV, but it is tight and it is right and it responds well. Good chassis tuning, very smooth on the road, except when you have bumps, because this doesn't have air ride. It's just got coil springs on all four corners, and if you hit a bump, it's gonna thud, and you're gonna thud in this seat. So that's something we saw in the 90 that they're gonna need to try to refine as time goes by, because this car just came out in 2024. This is only the second model year, and they developed their own plug-in hybrid system, which I really like, using that uber reliable 2.5 liter inline four. No turbos to worry about in this vehicle, right? And you get 323 net horsepower, 369 net pound-feet of torque on premium fuel, but you can use regular unleaded 87 octane in this. It's just going to knock your horsepower down to 319, knock your torque down a little bit too. But that's not bad, because in the 90 Turbo S Premium Plus we saw, you got to go 91 on the gas. And when we're going out to the west, you can't always find 91 octane gas easily. So it would be nice to have the flexibility, at least in this one, to go ahead and get regular and put it in this and sacrifice a little horsepower, but at least it's not going to cause the engine to run badly as the turbocharged inline six would. Now our turning radius here is 19.05 feet, so not bad. There we go. Gets right around, and off we go. The engine turns on and down the road we go. Now, not a lot of mileage, EV only, but I'm going to be doing a lot of highway mileage on this, so I don't think I'm going to need to worry about EV only stuff. Now we're in sport. The heck with the EV only. It's a Mazda. The paddles are going to take you through this 8-speed automatic manually. It's not regen braking or anything like that. It's a driver's car. It gets a little louder. The steering tightens up. Better throttle response. And becomes more fun to drive. Even though it's going to wallow in the turns, it's a big SUV. They got the zoom quality in this one that's kind of lacking in the CX-50 hybrid. This one's got that zoom, but is it as zoomy as the CX-90 Turbo S Premium? No. But the big deal is with this one, and this is why I'm looking at it, are the heavy discounts on both the 90 plug-in hybrid and the 70 plug-in hybrid. The 70's got more than the 90, but you're talking about $15,000 discount in when you combine Mazda incentives and government incentives on a plug-in hybrid right now. A huge residual on the lease and a great money factor on the lease that turns this $60,000 vehicle into, get this, you ready? 24-month lease, 12,000 miles a year, 24,000 miles total, 0 down, $580 a month. That's it for 2 years on this. Crazy good. And the CX-90, that's going to be, with the plug-in hybrid, that's going to be $608 a month, same terms. 0 down, 12,000 miles a year, 2 years. That is really competitive, and that's why the employees here at Fred Beans Mazda are sucking this one up. Actually, this one was just purchased by the finance manager at Fred Beans Mazda, and because of this great deal that they got going on, everybody's getting into one right now at the dealership, and she was gracious enough to let us drive this one. But as they told me, if I want one of these, they can get me whatever one I want and whatever color I want, no problem. So I'm not worried that this one is sold or another one's going to be sold. They'll be able to get me one, no problem. So they're flexible that way, which I really, really like. Now, that's very attractive. Do I want the plug-in hybrid? Let's talk about running costs on this road trip. This is going to cost less to run because I can use the regular unleaded, and I can get up to 490 miles on a tank of gas. That'll get me from central Jersey all the way into Indiana, so I won't have to gas up in PA, because gas in Indiana is a lot cheaper than it is in Pennsylvania. And then I can make it from Indiana all the way to Iowa without gassing up. And I can skip Illinois because Illinois has the most expensive gas of anywhere on the trip. So I can get better range, and I can buy cheaper gas in the states where the gas is cheaper than having to stop and pay more for gas in other states that I may not want to stop in. So that gives me flexibility there in the range. I could care less about the EV only 26 miles. I'm not going to use that. And if this plug-in battery runs out of juice on the road trip, I still got the engine that's going to get me 25 miles to the gallon. In combined driving, probably over 30 miles per the gallon on the highway. So with electric all-wheel drive. So it is very practical in that sense, and the payment is hard to say no to. It really is. So you let me know, what do you think about the CX-70? What I told you about it? What do you think about the 6,000 mile road trip featuring this plug-in hybrid 70 or a plug-in hybrid 90? Because they're both got heavy incentives right now. Put it in the comments, let me know. But I do want to thank Fred Beans Mazda here in Abington, Pennsylvania, for allowing the channel access, and the finance manager for allowing the channel access to her brand new 2025 Mazda CX-70 Premium Plus plug-in hybrid in polymetal gray for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And wait for the next one up in this series. I'll see you all on the rebound. Take care, everyone.